Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Extreme Z Awakening for the physical Janemba unit. Now Janemba is really quite good and his Extreme Z Awakening is also really quite good as well. So, all in all, I think actually him and Gogeta are very, very solid. The big thing with Janemba, I will say, is he is more for uncontrollable power than he is for movie bosses. The big thing is, movie bosses already has Broly, PHY LR, who aren't as strong as Janemba, don't get me wrong, but they fit really nicely in that support role, kind of enabling a lot of the heavy-hitting Brolys on movie bosses. Janemba is amazing on uncontrollable power. Firstly, he enables a lot of the units to hit their mechanisms. A lot of them rely on uncontrollable power, etc. Like Bio Broly, Int Broly, etc. But where he really excels is alongside Buuhan. So 5 links alongside Buuhan, super duper fun, elevates Buuhan to a huge level as well. Very, very good combination. But we'll see it in action just now. So Janemba, 170% movie and corroded bosses, movie bosses, corroded body and mind lead, raises attack and defense for 1 turn on his 12 key, greatly raises on his 18 key. In terms of passive, starts low but builds up super quick, and that's the thing with Janemba. You may struggle with that initial turn, depending on how many dupes you have. But outside of that, he's really ridiculous. So key +6 attack and defense of 166%, guarding all attacks, guaranteed, reducing damage by 22%. Then he launches an additional attack. There's a great chance of becoming super attack for 1 turn. Gets 2 key, attack and defense is 66%, up to 166%, so 3 attacks to fully build up. Crit 22%, up to 166%, so again 3 attacks, with each attack performed. So the moment he does 3 attacks, he's like built up ridiculously. When his key is 22 or more, huge attack burst, and then an additional damage reduction of 22% when the character is in the first or second slot in the turn, first or second attacker. He launches an additional attack. There's a great chance of becoming a super attack when he's the second or third attacker, and he gets a great chance of nullifying key blasts directed at him and a high chance of evasion. So to cut a long story short, before we talk about build and everything, he can sit my unit at 69%, can sit around 1.2 million defense, depending on links. Mine's link level 10 and support, but 1.1 to 1.2 million defense, guard, 44% damage reduction, 50% evasion, and 70% nullification chance of key blast supers, all 3 of which are insane. So an incredibly strong defensive unit. Takes like 1 turn to build up. Outside of that, incredibly strong. For a unit like him, your big focal point in terms of build is additional. I think additional helps him a lot. Helps him to quickly build up, helps him to maximize that crit, helps him to also raise that defense a ton in the turn. 1.1 million super. If he then supers, twice, which he has the ability to, in that first slot, then that can raise his defense all the way up to like 1.5 million. If you put him in the second slot, then that defense goes all the way up to like 1.9, which is very, very impressive. Now, in terms of like overall kind of performance and everything, I do think, from a unit point of view, Janemba is very, very good on uncontrollable power. I think like as a unit, that's really where he was made to buff. That physical slot and uncontrollable power. Obviously, we had Bio Broly, of course, I understand. But there were still gaps in uncontrollable power. You've got Cell Max, you've got double Int Broly, you can run Tech Broly. Then you want to run, like, okay, Bio Broly, fine, sure, no problem. Then you're looking at running Strength, Super Easy 8 Broly, okay, cool. And then there was like 1 more gap left, right? And this Janemba is very good because he enables not only himself, but also Buuhan. And I really, really like how Buuhan looks next to him. They are really good, especially obviously when you transform Buuhan, getting that big bad boss is active. And you can see a double rotation of 1.1 million defense units that have guard is a very strong rotation. Buuhan able to do close to 20 million, interrupts, multiple super attacks, incredibly good unit. And then you have the same with Janemba. Huge attack stats, very good crit chance, very good unit. So I think the two of them together make an incredibly fun pairing of units. Very, very strong pairing of units. Like, for me, not too strong, but not like they're OP for the game, but I mean, they are really, really powerful. And I think, like, for me, that was something that I found to be really, really good. Like, really, really good. It's just how strong they were overall in terms of their, like, performance and everything. I just found them to be really, really, really good as a combo. So I think that's where Janemba really shines a little bit. For me, he really kind of like brings out not only Buhan, but that uncontrollable power team. Just enabling that team to really have a second rotation that isn't just barely a big bad bosses sighted unit. You can use them for movie bosses. You can use them alongside Cell Max. You can use them alongside Buhan, because you're triggering that crucial big bad bosses element, which I think is very good. So overall, for me, Janemba is great. The rage form also obviously helpful from like a burst damage perspective. It's not necessarily that the rage form does an insane amount of damage, but it actually does fairly good damage now because of the way it works with critting and with the orb gain. So it could be a good way to either secure extra damage to finish off an opposition, to maybe you're worried about the amount of damage you'll have in the rotation, proc that extra lineup, get that extra bit of damage in, and you'll have a good time. I think for me overall, everything with Janemba at this point in time is looking very, very good. And yeah, for me personally, I gotta be honest, I think he's really, really solid. I don't really have any issues with him. Rainbow unit probably hit around over the 30 mil mark. Maybe with attack gear. Obviously you've got the memorable battle gear. You've got a lot of really good kind of gearing options for Janemba, so that's great. That helps out a lot. But yeah, I'd say in general, Janemba is really just honestly quite good, and I'm very happy with how good he looks. I think everything about him comes together quite nicely. So yeah, I think overall it was really, really solid. So yeah, Janemba, excellent unit, great easy aim, everything coming together just about right for him to be, I think, a top unit in the game long term. I think overall really good, reliable. It's just one of those units that you tend to have a lot of fun using, or at least I tend to have a lot of fun using, because I just find that everything comes together so nicely with him, and he functions really, really well alongside other great units like Buhan. And whenever you elevate a cool unit like Buhan, I think you tend to have a really, really, really good time. Like I think you have a great time overall. So for me, definitely a really cool unit. But yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, I think ultimately for me, that's probably going to be it from me. Let me know what you guys think about Janemba. Obviously, priorities would be Shocking Speed, Big Bad Bosses, or Fear and Faith, Big Bad Bosses. You want to trigger Big Bad Bosses, but you also do need some key, at least until he builds up, because obviously that 22 key is super important for damage. So that is definitely still some level of priority for him. But yeah, I would say that is probably it from me. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, as always, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think of Janemba. Do you have him Rainbow? Do you have him not Rainbow? I do think link leveling makes a very big difference for Janemba as a unit. Like, I think it's very crucial towards how he comes across. I think like link leveling makes him much better, and so I do think that's something you may have to consider, especially if you're seeing your Janemba not at the same level as other ones, especially Big Bad Bosses. But yeah, that's it from me. See you guys in the next one. Till then, take care, stay safe, and bye.